Sophia stepped off the train, her heart pounding with excitement and anticipation. The small suitcase she carried felt almost weightless despite being packed with gifts and her best clothes for the weekend. She had spent weeks planning this trip, eager to surprise Aaron, her long-distance childhood sweetheart. They had grown up in the same small town, sharing dreams, secrets, and promises of a future together. When Aaron got into a university 3 hours away, she was heartbroken, but they vowed to make it work. For nearly 2 years, they had managed, texting every day, video calling late into the night, and exchanging love letters when they missed each other too much. But this visit was special. Sophia wanted to see the look of surprise on Aaron's face when she showed up unannounced. She imagined how he'd sweep her into his arms, how they'd laugh at her boldness. She'd even baked his favorite biscuits and packed them in a tin, along with a small scrapbook she had made of their favorite memories. Clutching a bouquet of daisies, his favorite flower, she made her way to his dormitory, guided by the address he had casually mentioned months ago. She could hardly wait to see him. Sophia reached the dorm building, a towering block of modern architecture bustling with students. The sight was daunting, but her determination outweighed her nerves. She managed to slip inside, unnoticed by the security guard, and climb the stairs to Aaron's floor. His room number was etched in her memory. As she approached his door, her stomach fluttered with nerves and excitement. She hesitated for a moment, considering whether to knock, but decided against it. Instead, she turned the handle, finding it unlocked. A small smile spread across her face. Aaron always forgot to lock his doors. Inside, the room was cluttered but unmistakably his. Posters of his favorite bands adorned the walls, and his guitar leaned against the desk. She placed the flowers and tin of biscuits on his desk, her heart swelling with affection. Looking around, she decided to hide and wait for him to return. She chose the wardrobe, leaving the door slightly ajar so she could see his reaction when he entered. Minutes turned into an hour. Sophia's excitement was starting to wane when she finally heard voices outside the door. Her heart leapt, and she grinned in anticipation. But as the door swung open, her smile froze. Aaron stepped inside, his arm draped casually around a girl she didn't recognize. They were laughing, their voices low and intimate. Before Sophia could process what was happening, Aaron leaned in and kissed the girl. Time seemed to stand still. Sophia's chest tightened, and tears sprang to her eyes as she watched the scene unfold. She pressed her hand over her mouth to stop herself from making a sound. The laughter, the kisses, the easy way they touched each other, it was like a dagger to her heart. She felt like an intruder in a world she no longer belonged to. She remained frozen as they talked and eventually climbed into his bed. The pain was unbearable, but she stayed hidden, not wanting to confront them or make a scene. Hours passed, and when the room finally fell silent, Sophia crept out. She grabbed her belongings, careful not to disturb them, and slipped out of the room. Her phone, still in her pocket, had recorded the entire ordeal. She hadn't meant to capture it, but now it felt like a cruel gift, proof of his betrayal. Back at her own dorm, Sophia collapsed onto her bed, tears streaming down her face. She played the video back, her heart breaking all over again. For months, she had been sending Aaron money, a significant portion of her scholarship funds and part-time job earnings. He had always complained about being broke, and she had wanted to help him, to ease his burden. But now, the thought of all she had sacrificed for him made her feel sick. The next morning, Sophia resolved to cut him off completely. She blocked his number, deleted their old messages, and unfollowed him on every social media platform. She couldn't bear to see his face or hear his voice. For the first time in years, she put herself first. She stopped sending him money, redirecting it towards her own needs and savings. She buried herself in her studies, determined to excel in her coursework and rebuild her life. It didn't take long for Aaron to notice. Within days, he began calling and texting incessantly. The messages started off sweet and concerned. "Hey, are you okay? Haven't heard from you in a bit." But when she didn't respond, they grew more desperate. Why are you ignoring me? Did I do something wrong? Eventually, they turned accusatory. So this is how it is, huh? You've moved on, haven't you? Probably with some guy you met at uni. Sophia ignored every message. She knew confronting him would only open old wounds, and she had no intention of giving him the satisfaction of an explanation. When he started leaving voicemails, she blocked his number entirely. But Aaron wasn't done. He began reaching out to their mutual friends, spinning a tale of how Sophia had abandoned him without reason. He implied she was cheating on him, painting himself as the heartbroken victim. Slowly but surely, their friends began to turn against her. The isolation was painful, but Sophia stood firm. She knew the truth, and that was enough. One evening, she received a message from an old friend, Emily, who had always been closer to Aaron. Sophia, what's going on? Aaron's been telling everyone you ghosted him. He's really torn up about it. Did something happen? Sophia hesitated before replying. She had no desire to explain herself, but the weight of Aaron's lies was becoming too much to bear. Finally, she sent Emily the video. "This is what happened," she wrote simply. Emily's response came almost immediately. "Oh my God, I had no idea. I'm so sorry. I'll set the record straight." Word spread quickly after that. Aaron's carefully crafted narrative began to crumble as more people learned the truth. Friends who had shunned Sophia reached out to apologize, and Aaron found himself increasingly isolated. But Sophia wasn't done. She decided Aaron deserved a taste of the pain and humiliation he had caused her. Sophia created an anonymous social media account and posted the video with a caption, "Beware of the boy who cries loyalty while playing two sides." The video spread like wildfire across their university circles. Aaron's reputation took a nosedive. People began mocking him publicly, calling him out for his hypocrisy and deceit. His classmates gave him cold shoulders, and the girl he had kissed distanced herself from him, unwilling to be associated with the drama. Next, Sophia anonymously emailed the video to Aaron's parents, who had always adored her and seen her as a positive influence on their son. His parents were furious and ashamed, calling him out for his behavior. Aaron's father's harsh words reverberated in his mind. "You've thrown away something good, Aaron. Don't expect anyone to respect you if you can't respect others." Sophia didn't stop there. She reported Aaron to the university's housing office for repeatedly violating dormitory rules by having an unregistered guest stay overnight. While it wasn't a severe offense, it was enough to get him a warning and make him feel the pressure of being under scrutiny. One day, as Aaron sat alone in the campus cafeteria, staring at his untouched food, he realized the full extent of his actions. His social life was in tatters. His academic focus had slipped, and the respect he once commanded had evaporated. He tried to reach out to Sophia once more, this time through a handwritten letter delivered by a mutual friend. In it, he poured his heart out, begging for her forgiveness and acknowledging the damage he had caused. Sophia read the letter carefully, but instead of softening, it solidified her resolve. She penned a brief response. "Forgiveness isn't yours to demand. I've moved on, and I suggest you do the same." She gave the letter to the mutual friend to pass along, making it clear she wanted no further contact. In the weeks that followed, Sophia focused on herself. She threw herself into her studies, joined new clubs, and made friends who valued her for who she was. Slowly, the pain of Aaron's betrayal began to fade, replaced by a sense of empowerment and self-worth. She realized she didn't need Aaron or anyone else to define her happiness. She was enough. As for Aaron, he faded into the background, a lesson in heartbreak and resilience. Sophia moved forward, stronger and wiser, knowing she deserved nothing less than true love and respect.